Good morning, everyone. Hi, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Okay, I have taken a short break as I got married, so I'm unable to conduct the classes. Okay, now I'm back. From today onwards, we are going to study chemistry, physics, and all those things. Okay, right. How did you do your assignments, homeworks, and everything? I hope you all are very eager in doing your homeworks and everything. I hope you are studying well. Okay, I heard that some children are studying and some children are not studying well. Okay, but be very careful anytime the exam will be announced. Okay, anytime exam will be announced, so you all should be very eager for writing the exams. Okay, children, are you clear with this? Right. We have completed 4 lessons, isn't it? We have completed 4 lessons. Today we are going to see the 6th lesson, that is the solid state. Okay, the 6th unit, solid state, is very interesting subject and very interesting topic. Okay, an easier one. Okay, the main questions, okay, will be taken from this unit. Okay, 2 big questions will be taken from this unit, and that is very easier. So I'm taking this unit. Okay, unit 5 I will teach after unit 6. After the completion of unit 6, I will teach unit 5. Okay, children, are you clear? Right, as I'm starting new again, so as a comeback I'm starting it, so I have taken a small unit, an easier one, okay, for your better understanding. Okay, children, are you ready to study chemistry? What is chemistry? Chemistry deals with everything around us. Okay, chemistry deals with everything around us. Okay, what we are seeing, what we are using in our day-to-day life is chemistry. Okay, children, and what is solid state? Have you heard about it? What is solid state? Okay, matter. Have you heard about matter? Yes, in previous classes we have seen about matter. Okay, so this matter may exist in 3 different physical states. Okay, matter may exist in 3 different physical states, that is solid, liquid, gas. Absolutely, many children are telling what are the 3 different physical states of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, right. If you look around, you may find mostly solids rather than liquids and gases. Okay, so your eyes regularly see solid. So everything, the cell phone which you are having in your hand, it is a solid. Okay, this floor which you are sitting, the bed, the chair, the bench which you are sitting, all are solid. The wall which you are seeing, that is also solid. So everything, not everything, maximum things around you or around us are solids. Okay, rather than liquids and gases. Liquid is water. Okay, every time we are not seeing water. Okay, while drinking, while bathing, while washing. Okay, sometimes we will see the water, but the objects around us are surrounded by us. Okay, so that are seen by us every time, so that is the solid. Okay, so solids differ from liquids and gases by possessing definite volume and definite shape. Okay, so in the solids, the atoms or molecules or ion are tightly held in an ordered arrangement. Okay, and there are many types of solids such as diamond, metal, plastics, etc. Okay, these are all solids. So diamond, have you seen diamond? Diamond, the metals, the plastics, okay, these all are solid. Okay, but these are combined form. Okay, plastics are in combined form, metals are also in combined form, isn't it? So ரெண்டு மூணு metals combine பண்ணி தான் ஒரு complex metal form பண்ணுவாங்க. Plastics are also like that. So that is a solid state. An object, okay, a thing which is made up of many combinations. Okay, so in most of the substances, okay, that we use in our daily life are solid state. Do you understand what is solid state? Yes, we require solids with different properties for various applications. Okay, have you understood the relation between structure of solids and their properties? Okay, that is very much useful in producing the new solid materials with different properties. Okay, so in this chapter we study the characteristics of solids, classification, structure, and their properties. Okay, in this chapter we are going to see about it. Okay, also discuss the crystal defects and their significance. Okay, let me tell what are the things. Okay, now what are the contents? Okay, what are the contents in this lesson. Okay, the general characteristics of solids. Okay, what are the characteristics of solids and what are the types of solids? Okay, what is amorphous solid, crystalline solid? Okay, classification of crystal structure, crystal lattices, unit cells and number of atoms in unit cells, packing efficiency, allotropes of carbon, imperfections in solid. Okay, point defects. Okay, and some problems are also there. That is very easier. And if you go through the number of atoms in a unit cell, okay, that is a derivation and a formula. If you study that formula itself, you can solve the problems by yourself. Okay, children. Okay, these are the things in this unit. Okay, but today we are going to see a half of the unit. Okay, half 50-50. Okay, half unit in this class and half in next class. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, right? Okay, children, are you clear with it? Okay, let's see what are the characteristics of solids. Okay. Okay, what are solids? I already told the solid may have some mass. It may have some shape. It may have some volume. Okay. The intermolecular distances are short. Okay. அப்ப என்ன ஒவ்வொரு solid குள்ளேயும் சின்ன சின்ன molecules இருக்கும். They are bonded together. So the distance, intermolecular distances na the radius. Okay. ஒரு atom எடுத்துக்கோங்க, இன்னொரு atom எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ரெண்டுமே எப்படி இருக்கு? Round shapeல இருக்கும். அப்படிதானே? So இதுக்கு ஒரு radius, அதுக்கு ஒரு radius. ரெண்டுமே bonded ஆ இருந்துச்சுன்னா, ரெண்டுமே நல்ல tightly bonded அப்படின்னா, அந்த intermolecular distance, அந்த ரெண்டுக்கு உள்ள radius, okay, எப்படி இருக்கும்? Very short, okay. And the intermolecular forces எப்படி இருக்கும்? Very strong, okay. So அது எதெல்லாம் atoms, molecules, ions, okay, they have fixed positions and it can only oscillate above their mean position, okay. They are incompressible, okay. They are incompressible, they are rigid, okay. Right. We have already learned in 11th standard itself, okay, that gas molecules move randomly without exerting reasonable forces on one another. So unlike gases, okay, unlike gases, in solids, the atoms, ions or molecules are held together by strong force of attraction. Strong force of attraction. Okay. And what are the general characteristics of solids? Solids have a definite volume, definite shape. Okay. First character, important character என்ன அப்படின்னா, it has a definite volume. Okay, உங்க கண் முன்னால ஒரு செல் இருக்கு. Okay, கையில செல் இருக்குதா? Right. That cell has a volume, isn't it? அதுக்கு ஒரு volume இருக்கு, அதுக்கு ஒரு shape இருக்கு. That is the solid. And they are rigid. They are rigid and it is incompressible. Compress பண்ண முடியுதா? No, it is incompressible. Rigid, it is very strong. Okay. Oh, it has a strong cohesive forces. Okay, cohesion means it is a property of sticking together. Okay, so cohesive forces is there. And solids have short interatomic, ionic or molecular distances. Okay, and their constituents are atoms, ions and molecules. Okay, they have fixed mean position. Okay, right? All right. These are the characteristics of solids. Next, what are the types of solids? Okay, crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Okay, in the next slide we will see about the classification of crystalline solids. Okay, amorphous solids not having the classification, but crystalline solids are having the classification. Okay, what is crystalline solid? What is crystalline solids? Okay, let me tell you. Okay, the crystalline solids are having the highly regular arrangement of components. Okay, and the arrangement வந்து ரொம்ப ரெகுலரா இருக்கும். Okay, the arrangement is highly regular. Okay, do you understood? That is the crystalline solid. Okay, the term crystal that comes from the Greek word crystallos. Okay, so which means a clear ice, which means a clear ice. So this term was first applied to the transparent quartz stones. Okay, and then the name is used for solids that is bounded by many flat and symmetrical arranged phases. Okay, a crystalline solid is one in which its constituents, atoms and molecules or ions, okay, that have an orderly arrangement extending over a long range. Okay, see the picture. Okay, ஒரு ஐஸ் கியூப்ஸா இருக்குதா? நெக்ஸ்ட் பிக்சர் பாருங்க. அந்த ஐஸ் கியூப்ஸ் உள்ள இருக்கக்கூடியதான அந்த அட்டாமிக் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் தான் அது. கிரீன் கலர் வித் பர்பிள் கலர்ல இருக்குதா? எப்படி இருக்குது? ரெகுலர் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட், isn't it? அப்படி கரெக்டா அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்குதா? That regular arrangement is there. அதுதான் crystalline solid. So highly regular arrangement of their components. Okay. amorphous அப்படினா it irregular, that's all. சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும் அப்படினா irregular arrangement, it disorder-ஆ இருக்கும். அதுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்ன அப்படினா glass, plastic. crystalline solids க்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்ன அப்படினா ஐஸ் எடுத்துக்கலாம், quartz stones எடுத்துக்கலாம். quartz stones அப்படினா முடிவெற்ற கடையில ஷேவ் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஒரு ஜெல் யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஹேவ் யூ ஜெல் சொல்றதை விட ஒரு ஸ்டோன் மாதிரி இருக்கும், அந்த ரத்த கரைகளை போக்கும், அதை வச்சோன்னே சர்ன்னு பிடிக்கும். I think boys may have experienced it. Okay, right. You may, girls may ask your parents, okay, father, okay, that is the quartz stones. Okay, that ice cubes and all those things, okay, that are having the highly regular arrangement. Okay, amorphous solids are irregular. Okay, the crystalline solids are classified into many parts. Okay, we will see here. Crystalline solids are classified into atomic solids, molecular crystals, okay, ionic crystals, covalent crystals, metallic crystals. Okay, and what is ionic crystal? Ionic crystal. Third one, the ionic crystal, that is salt. Okay, salt எப்படி இருக்கும்? It is crystal மாதிரி இருக்குமா? பார்க்கிறதுக்கு it is crystal மாதிரி இருக்கும். அப்படிதானே? diamond crystals அப்படினாலே ஒரு சூரிய ஒளி பட்டோனே ஒரு ஷைனிங் கொடுக்குது. அப்ப ionic crystalக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்ன அப்படினா salt, உப்பு. Okay, next covalent crystal, covalent solids தான் crystals. Okay, so covalent solids அப்படினா அதுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து diamond. Okay, diamond எப்படி இருக்கும்? ஷைனிங்கா இருக்குமா? சோ அது வந்து covalent crystal. next molecular crystal அப்படினா have you seen naphthalene? molecular crystal வந்து naphthalene, glucose. okay, glucose நீங்க கூர்ந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அங்கேயும் ஒரு crystal nature உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஓகேவா? naphthalene பாச்சா உருண்டை. okay, that is also a crystal. next, metallic crystal. so all metallic elements. okay, metallic crystals means sodium, magnesium, copper, aluminium and silver. okay, அது எல்லாமே என்னது? metallic crystals. okay, and what are atomic solids? okay, that is the frozen elements of group 18. group 18 elements, no? what are the group 18 elements? What are group 18 elements? Have you studied in your 11th standard? Group 18, neon gases, isn't it? The radon, neon, xenon, krypton. Okay, that gas is sort of frozen structure, crystallic form la irukku. That is the atomic solids. Okay, do you understood? Now, let's see the difference between crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Okay, amorphous, the meaning of amorphous means no form, irregular shape, that is randomly arranged. Anga inga, okay va? Randomly arranged. And what is the difference? Let's see. Crystalline solids, it is a long range orderly arrangement of constituents. Okay, long range orderly arrangement. And amorphous solids வந்து short range random arrangement. அப்போ crystalline solids means orderly arranged, amorphous solids are randomly arranged. அங்கங்க அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கும். crystalline solids வந்து proper arrangement ஆ இருக்கும். crystalline solids have a definite shape. okay, crystalline solids க்கு definite shape இருக்கு, but amorphous solids are irregular in shape. next, this crystalline solids are anisotropic. okay, but amorphous are isotropic. and they are true liquids. okay, they are true solids. crystalline வந்து very true solids, but amorphous are pseudo means zero. they are considered as pseudo solids, or if we tell it as super cooled liquids. okay, super cooled liquids. okay, it definite the heat of fusion. Heat of fusion is definite here, and heat of fusion is not definite. And crystalline solids have a short melting point, but amorphous solids gradually soften. okay, ரொம்ப soft ஆயிரும். it easily molded. okay, molded. example plastic பாத்திருக்கீங்களா? கொஞ்சம் ஹீட் கொடுத்தாலே அது என்ன ஆயிரும்? mold ஆயிரும். ஓகேவா? ரப்பர் பார்த்தாலும் அப்படிதான். it is easily molded, so it is வந்து it doesn't have a sharp melting point, so heat of fusion க்கும் இது definite-ஆ இருக்காது. ஓகேவா? crystalline solids க்கு example என்னது? NaCl, that is salt, and diamond, that is very highly jewelry. Okay, let us see what is isotropic and anisotropic. The crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. Amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. I told you, but let me tell you what is isotropic and what is anisotropic. Okay. See here. What is isotropic? Iso means same. Iso means same, and iso means different. That's all. Okay. If you study the word பாதியா cut பண்ணி meaning பாத்தீங்கன்னா you can understand it clearly. Okay. Isotropy. Iso means uniform or same in all the directions. Okay. Same in all the directions. Oh, so in solid state, isotropy means having identical values of physical properties. Okay, physical properties are identical, that is having a refractive index, electrical conductance, etc. in all the directions. Okay, so whereas anisotropy is a property which depends on the direction of measurement. Crystalline solids are anisotropic and they show different values of physical properties when measured along different directions. Okay, measured along different directions. Okay, isotropic means same direction, anisotropic means different direction. That are, okay, the properties of isotropic materials are direction dependent, but the properties of anisotropic materials are direction dependent. Isotropic na direction independent. Okay, the examples include crystals with cubic symmetry. Okay, crystals are having cubic symmetry, heterogonal, tetragonal, like that many symmetrics are there. I will tell you in this lesson only. Okay, this isotropic includes cubic symmetry and amorphous materials such as glasses. Okay, and anisotropic, that examples include wood, composite materials and all crystals except cubic crystals. Okay, and it have a single refractive index. And anisotropic have more than one refractive indices. It is used for windows and lenses. Okay, isotropic are used for windows and lenses, but anisotropic are used for polarizers, optical wave plates and wedges. That is, in physical science you may have studied about the optical wave plates and polarizers. So in all those things anisotropic property is used. Okay, right. Next, crystalline solid. Okay, classification of crystalline solids. Okay, crystalline solids are classified into molecular solid, ionic solid, covalent solid and metallic solid. Okay, let me tell you one by one what is molecular solid and what is covalent and what is ionic and what is the metallic. Okay, right. First of all, what is ionic solid? Okay, the structural units of an ionic crystals are cations and anions. Okay, ஒரு ionic crystal எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படினா ionic அப்படினா அதுக்குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடியது cation, anion, positive and negative charges. Okay, the structural units of an ionic crystal are cations and anions. Okay, do you understood? So they are bound together by a strong electrostatic attractive forces. They are bound together by a strong electrostatic attractive forces. Okay, so to maximize the attractive force, the cations are surrounded by as many anions as possible. Okay, so ionic crystals possess definite crystal structure. That is a cubic closed packed. So example NaCl. See the ionic. That is the structure வித்தியாசமா இருக்குதா? ஒரு cube இருக்குதா? Okay, there is a cube. Cube ஓட ஒவ்வொரு cornersலயும் 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, இந்த cube ஓட ஒவ்வொரு cornersலயும் atoms bond ஆயிருக்கு. Next, அது வந்து CaCl. ZnS zinc blend பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒவ்வொரு cornersலயும் இருக்கு. So அது ஒரு cubic structure. So ionic crystal அப்படி எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா that is a cubic structure. Okay, in your book NaCl பத்தி கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. Okay, you have to draw the diagram. இது very important one. NaCl எப்படி Na plus Cl. So Na ல எவ்வளவு atoms இருக்கு, Cl ல எவ்வளவு atoms இருக்கு, அதை draw பண்றோம். That's all. Okay. And what are the characteristics of it? These ionic solids have high melting point. So these solids do not conduct electricity. Because the ions are fixed in their lattice positions. So they do conduct electricity in molten state. So when dissolved in water, because the ions are free to move in the molten state or solution. Okay, they are hard as only strong external force can change the relative position of ions. Do you understand? Right? Next, covalent solids. See the covalent network. Diamond and graphite are the great example for covalent crystal. So in covalent solids, okay, the constituents means atoms, okay. ஒவ்வொரு solid குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடியது என்னதுதான் atom. Each and every object, each and every solids are constituted by atoms that are bonded together in a three-dimensional network that is entirely by a covalent bonds. Okay, for example, diamond, silicon carbide. Diamond and silicon carbide. Carbide, that is a graphite. So example is given. See the diamond network and graphite network. Okay, ஒரு graphite எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா அதுக்குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய atomic structure எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So such a covalent network crystals are very hard. Okay, covalent crystals are very hard and very strong. So diamond is used to cut a diamond. So appo adu evlo strong ah irukku paathukonga. It is having a high melting point. It is very hard and it is also having a high melting point. Okay, so they are usually poor thermal and electrical conductors. They are poor thermal and electrical conductors. Okay, that is a covalent solid. And next, what is molecular solid? Okay, so in molecular solids the constituents are neutral molecules. Constituents are neutral molecules. So they are held together by a weak van der Waals force. Weak van der Waals force. So generally molecular solids are soft and they do not conduct electricity. They do not conduct electricity. So these molecular solids are further classified into three types. Molecular solids are further classified into three types: non-polar molecular solid, polar molecular solid, hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Okay, that is classified into three types. Okay, let me tell you, அதுக்கு இதுக்கு நடுவுல ஆக்ட் ஆகக்கூடிய ஒரு ஃபோர்ஸ் இருக்கு. அதுக்கு பேர் என்னன்னா van der Waals force. Okay, weak van der Waals force. Okay, molecular solids. Okay, graphite na enna, do you know? Are you having any idea? Graphite is used inside the pencils. Okay, pencil schooler, that is a black needle, no, that is a graphite. So it slips easily off the pencil onto the paper and leaves a black mark. So graphite is also a component of many lubricants. For example, bicycle chain oil. Have you seen the bicycle chain oil that is in a black color? Okay, that is also graphite. Okay, it is a slippery property. It is having a slippery property. Okay, I told you that molecular solids is classified into non-polar solid, polar solid and hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Okay, so in a non-polar molecular solid, constituent molecules are held together by a weak dispersion forces. So non-polar molecule act ஆகக்கூடிய force வந்து weak dispersion forces, or otherwise it is called as London forces. Okay, because they are having a low melting point and they are usually used, okay, in liquids or gaseous state at room temperature. For example, naphthalene. Okay, naphthalene. Okay, naphthalene means pacha urundadla, that white color la irukum. Next on the polar molecular solids enna appadina ammonia. So ammonia, carbon dioxide, adellame polar molecular. Okay, they are having a dipole-dipole interaction. They are having a strong dipole-dipole interaction. They are having a high melting point. Okay, நீங்க என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும், இதுல என்ன force act ஆகுது? Weak van der Waals force, weak dispersion force, அப்புறம் என்ன dipole-dipole interaction எப்படி இருக்குது, melting points எப்படி இருக்குது, and the examples என்ன. That's all. You have to mark these points and study, and also the diagram is very important. Okay, next hydrogen bonded molecular solids. Okay, what is hydrogen bonded? The constituents are held together by hydrogen bonds. Okay, they are generally soft. We are generally soft solids under room temperature. For example, solid ice, glucose, urea, etc. Right? Next, what are metallic solids? Okay, you have already studied in 11th standard about the nature of metallic bonding. Okay, about the nature of metallic bonding. So in metallic solids, the lattice points are occupied by positive metal ions and a cloud of electrons pervades the space. So they are hard and have high melting point. Okay, they are hard and have a high melting point. These metallic solids possess excellent electrical and thermal conductivity. Metallic solids possess excellent electrical and thermal conductivity. They possess bright luster. For examples, the metals and metal alloys belong to this type of solids. Example, copper, iron, zinc, gold, silver, okay, etc. These are the metallic solids. Okay, do you understood? Now, what is a unit cell? A unit cell, okay, crystal lattice and unit cell. Crystal lattice அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு பெரிய ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். அந்த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சின்ன பார்ட் தான் யூனிட் செல். ஓகே, I will tell you, crystalline solid is characterized by the orientation of atoms or ions of etc. Okay. So the regular arrangement of species throughout the crystal is called crystal lattice. ஒரு பெரிய see the picture violet colorல atoms நிறைய அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கா, நிறைய atoms அரேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு. அந்த ஹோல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடியதை தான் crystal lattice சொல்லுவோம். அதுல இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு யூனிட் செல் தான் என்னது யூனிட் செல். Okay, do you understand? So the regular arrangement of this species throughout the crystal is called the crystal lattice. So a basic repeating structural unit of a crystalline solid is called a unit cell. Do you understood? Repeating structural unit of a crystalline solid is called a unit cell. Okay. Crystal may be considered to consist of a large number of unit cell. Crystal may be considered, that is considered large number of unit cell. Large number of unit cell combine to form a crystal. So each one in direct contact with its nearer neighbor and all similarly oriented in space. So the number of nearest neighbors that surrounding a particle in a crystal is called the coordination number of that particle. Okay, you understood? What is a unit cell? The unit cell that is determined by the 6 lattice constant. Okay, A, B, C, alpha, beta, gamma. See the picture. X-axis, Z-axis, Y-axis is marked in that unit cell, and the angle is alpha, beta, gamma, and the X, Y, Z axis is marked as A, B, C. Okay, this is the unit cell. This unit cell is characterized by the 3 edge length, that is A ங்கிறது ஒரு length, B ங்கிறது ஒரு length, C ங்கிறது ஒரு edge length, and the angle between the edges are alpha, beta, gamma. That's all. So only 1/8 of the each lattice point of the unit cell can be assigned to that cell. So ஒவ்வொரு கார்னர்லயும் பார்த்தா எத்தனை ஆட்டம்ஸ் வைக்கலாம்? 8 ஆட்டம்ஸ் வைக்கலாம். 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 atoms cornerல இருக்கிறதுனால இது பக்கத்துல இருக்கக்கூடிய இன்னொரு யூனிட் செல் கூட என்ன ஆகுது? ஷேர் ஆகும். So 1/8. Okay, so each unit cell in the figure can be associated with 8 into 1/8, that is equal to 1 lattice point. That is equal to 1 lattice point. Okay. Okay, this is the crystal lattice. Okay. A பாக்குறீங்களா? A தான் என்னது? See the picture. ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்கு, ஒரு சாலிட் இருக்கு. அந்த சாலிட் குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிக்சர். ஓகேவா? செகண்ட் வந்து A, B ன்னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்களா? அந்த A அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ஒரு சின்ன யூனிட் செல். A small part of the lattice will be sufficient to explain all the properties. ஒரு பானையில சோறு வச்சோம்னா ஒரு சோறு எடுத்தோம்னா அது வெந்துருச்சு அப்படின்னு தெரியுமா நமக்கு? சோ ஒரு பானை சோறுக்கு ஒரு சோறு பதம்னு சொல்லுவாங்களா? அது மாதிரி தான் ஒரு பெரிய ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ல ஒரு கிறிஸ்டல் லாட்டிஸ்ல ஒரு யூனிட் செல்லை எடுத்துட்டு அதோட எஃபிஷியன்சி என்ன, ஓகே, அதோட ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் என்ன அப்படிங்கறத ஒரு யூனிட் செல்ல வச்சு கண்டுபிடிச்சோம்னா மீதி எல்லாத்துக்குமே சேம் தான். ஓகேவா? So the most fundamental property of crystal lattice வந்து அதோட symmetry, the arrangement. ஓகே, அதோட arrangement எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க. Very straight. Okay, so small part of a lattice will be sufficient to explain all the properties of the complete lattice. That is called the unit cell. That is called the children. Do you understood? And what are the types of unit cell? Okay, unit cell is classified into 2 types. That is primitive unit cell and non-primitive unit cell. Primitive and non-primitive unit cell. First of all, what is primitive unit cell? What is primitive unit cell? Okay, unit cell that contains only one type of lattice point. Okay, only one type of lattice point, single lattice point per unit cell na primitive. So more than one lattice point per unit cell na, that is non-primitive. Okay, do you understood? A unit cell that contains only one type of lattice point. is called primitive unit cell that is made up of lattice points at the corners. Okay, corners la irukakudiyadu. Picture பாத்துக்கோங்க, simple cubic unit இருக்கா, ஒரு கியூப் இருக்கு, அதோட கார்னர்ஸ்ல மட்டும் தான் என்ன இருக்கு, யூனிட் செல் இருக்கு. ஆனா நான் பிரிமிட்டிவ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா சென்டர்லயும் ஒரு என்ன இருக்கு, ஒரு ஆட்டம் இருக்கு. தட் இஸ் தி பாடி சென்டர். ஓகே, அப்போ பிரிமிட்டிவ் செல்ல கார்னர்ஸ்ல மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். ஆனா நான் பிரிமிட்டிவ் அப்படின்னா சென்டர்லயும் ஒரு ஆட்டம் இருக்கு. அப்போ எக்ஸ்ட்ரா மோர் தென் ஒன் லாட்டிஸ் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா தட் இஸ் தி நான் பிரிமிட்டிவ். ஓகே, okay, there are 7 primitive crystal systems. Okay, that is 7 primitive crystal systems. Crystal systems வந்து நம்ம cubic தான் நிறைய பார்த்துட்டே இருந்தோம், யூனிட் செல்ல cubic-ல பார்த்தோம். ஆனா யூனிட் செல் வந்து cubic-ல மட்டும் கிடையாது, நிறைய டைப்ஸ்ல இருக்கு. ஓகேவா, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் cubic நார்மலா எடுத்தோம்னா cubic வச்சு எடுக்கிறோம், ஆனா எல்லாத்துலயுமே இருக்கு. ஓகேவா, rhombohedral, hexagonal, tetragonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, triclinic. Okay, further it is classified into, cubic is classified into primitive, that is simple. Okay, primitive, body centered, face centered. Body centered அப்படினா 8 கார்னர்ஸ்லயும் ஒவ்வொரு ஆட்டம் இருக்கும், சென்டர் ஆஃப் தி பாடியில ஒரு ஆட்டம் இருக்குது. ஃபேஸ் சென்டர்ட் அப்படின்னா இந்த கியூபுக்கு மொத்தம் எத்தனை ஃபேஸ் இருக்கு, 6 ஃபேஸ் இருக்குதா, அப்போ 8 கார்னர்ஸ்லயும் இருக்கும், ஒவ்வொரு ஃபேஸ்லயும் ஒவ்வொன்னு இருக்கும். அப்போ இந்த பக்கம் ஒரு ஃபேஸ், அந்த பக்கம் ஒரு ஃபேஸ், எல்லாத்துலயுமே ஒவ்வொரு ஆட்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும். தட் இஸ் தி ஃபேஸ் சென்டர்ட். அப்போ டெட்ராகோனலி அதே மாதிரி பிரிமிட்டிவ் அண்ட் பாடி சென்டர். ஓகேவா, அண்ட் ஹெக்ஸாகோனல், ஹெக்ஸாகோனல்னா ஷேப் பாத்துக்கோங்க, 6 கார்னர்ஸ்லயும் இருக்கும். Orthorhombic, monoclinic, trigonal and triclinic. Okay, these are called the Bravais lattice. This is called the Bravais lattice. Okay, okay, let's see the number of atoms in a simple cubic unit cell. Okay, wow, simple cubic unit cell, body centered cubic and face centered. Okay, very important question. Okay, very important question. Take your book, page number 183. Page number 183. It is a very important question. First of all, simple cubic unit cell எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ஓகேவா, simple cubic unit cell each corner is occupied by an identical atoms. அப்படிதானே, சிம்பிள் கியூபிக்ல என்ன பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா ஈச் கார்னர்ஸ்லயும் ஒரு ஆட்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும். பிக்சர் பாருங்க, ஈச் கார்னர்ஸ்லயும் ஒவ்வொரு ஆட்டம்ஸ் இருக்குதா, அப்போ 8 கார்னர்ஸ் இன்டு 1/8. அப்போ ஒரு யூனிட் செல் எத்தனைதான் ஷேர் பண்ணுது, 1/8 தான் ஷேர் பண்ணுதுன்னு பார்த்தோமா. சோ 8 கார்னர்ஸ் இன்டு 1/8. சோ ஆன்சர் என்னது, 1. So the number of atom per unit cell is 1. Do you understood? Next, பாடி சென்டர் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா பாடி சென்டர்ல என்ன இருக்கும், each corner is occupied by identical particle and in addition to that one atom occupies the body center. Those atoms which occupy the corners do not touch each other. So however they all touch the one that occupies the body center. அப்போ சென்டர்ல ஒரு ஆட்டம் இருக்கு. See the picture, 8 கார்னர்ஸ்லயும் ஒரு ஆட்டம்ஸ் இருக்கு, சென்டர்லயும் ஒரு ஆட்டம் இருக்கு. அப்ப என்ன, எப்படி அத ஃபார்முலா போடலாம், 8 கார்னர்ஸ் into 1/8 plus 1 center into 1. ஏன் into 1 போட்டிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா அந்த 1க்கு எந்த டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸும் இல்ல, அப்படிதானே, சென்டர்ல தனியா இருக்கு. சோ into 1. ஆனா into 1/8 ஏன் போட்டோம் அப்படின்னா அந்த 8மே அடுத்த யூனிட் செல் கூட, இதுக்கு மேல ஒரு யூனிட் செல் இருக்கும், இதுக்கு சைடுல ஒரு யூனிட் செல் இருக்கும், இந்த சைடுல ஒண்ணு, கீழே ஒண்ணு, எல்லா பக்கமுமே யூனிட் செல் இருக்கும். அப்போ அந்த 8 கார்னருமே 8 யூனிட் செல் கூட என்ன ஆகுது, ஷேர் ஆகுது. அதனால 1/8 போட்டிருக்கோம். ஓகே, do you understood? So 8 into, ஓகேவா, 8 into 1/8 plus 1 into 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. That is the answer. Understood? Next, face centered cubic unit cell. Face centered cubic unit cell, that is identical atoms lie at each corner as well as in the center of the face. நான் ஆல்ரெடி சொன்னேன் 6 faces இருக்கும், 6 facesலயுமே ஒவ்வொரு ஆட்டம் இருக்கு. சரி, அப்போ இது என்ன, பாடி சென்டர்ல இருந்துச்சுன்னா சென்டர்ல இருக்கும், உள்ளே இருக்கும், அதுக்கு எந்த தொந்தரவுமே இருக்காது. ஓகேவா, இப்போ 8 கார்னர்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. அப்போ 8 கார்னர்ஸ் into 1/8 அது கூட பிளஸ் பண்ணி 6 ஃபேசஸ். அப்போ 6 ஃபேசஸ்ல வைக்கும் போது மேல கீழே சைடுல இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த யூனிட் செல் கூட டச் ஆகுமா, அப்போ இங்க ஒரு ஆட்டம் அங்க ஒரு ஆட்டம் டச் ஆகும். அப்போ 1/2. அப்போ 2 யூனிட் செல் கூட அது என்ன ஆகுது, டச் ஆகுது. So 1/2. அப்போ 6 into 1/2 that is equal to 1. 8 into 1 by 8 on the answer 1. 6 by 2 on the answer 3. So 1 plus 3 the answer is 4. You understood? That's all. This is the number of atoms per unit cell. Okay, go through it. Very important. In your book, page number 183 and 184. Okay, study well and write it down. Next, calculation of density. Okay, what is the calculation of density? See the density, unit cell oda density calculate pandrom appadina, density equal to what the formula? Mass by volume. Mass by volume. So mass of the unit cell enna? Mass is equal to total number of atoms that belong to the unit cell. Okay, into mass of one atom. Here divided by the Avogadro number. So mass is equal to m by Na. M by Na. Okay. And wavelength, okay, lambda angiradhu wavelength, okay. X-ray diffraction rays, X-ray diffraction formula enna ketangana D equal to n pi 2 sin theta. Okay, it is also in your book, okay. And the formula we mark panikonga. X-ray diffraction analysis. Use பண்ணி calculate பண்ணுங்க dimension கேட்டாங்கன்னா அந்த derivation பண்ணி D equal to n lambda by 2 sin theta போடணும். It may be asked in problems also. Okay. And mass என்னன்னு பார்த்துட்டோம். Next volume equal to A cube. இப்போ ரெண்டையும் substitute பண்றாங்க. Further நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குது? Density என்னன்னு கிடைச்சிருது. ஓகேவா? And your homework is, okay, rest we will see in the next classes, and your homework is define unit cell and what are the characteristics of ionic crystals, differentiate between amorphous and crystalline solids. Okay, these three questions you write it in your homework note. Unit cell, characteristics of ionic crystal, crystalline and amorphous solids. Okay, these three are your homework. Okay, and your assignment is number of atoms in simple cubic, number of atoms in BCC and number of atoms in FCC. BCC means body centered, FCC means face centered. Okay, you have to draw the diagram. Okay, draw the diagram and write what is BCC, what is SC, what is BCC. FCC, okay, write it and derive the derivations. Okay, it's 2 lines only, and give what is the number of atoms. Okay, that will be your assignment. Okay, children, that's all. Have a nice day. Stay safe, stay home. Okay, in the previous days you may have come over here and submitted your notes and all those things. I'm happy of your homeworks and all those things. Okay, do it regularly and properly. Okay.